This is Mr. Richards with Team Trace, Fort Hunter Liggett, and I'm calling you because you've been identified as a person that may have had contact with an individual who has tested positive for COVID-19.
The purpose of Team Trace is really to keep the workforce safe.
When we get a phone call from an organization, either a directorate or whatnot, and they let us know they have a person that's within their organization that may have had contact with someone that has been diagnosed with COVID. There's a series of questions next that I'm going to need to ask you to see if you have any symptoms.
We went through a whole lot of planning, rehearsals, in order to drill down to what questions that we would need to ask so that it could clearly identify whether the individual need to be on self-quarantine and seeking COVID-19 tests that will substantiate whether they are positive or not.
We get all the information we can on the individual that potentially had contact, and then from there start establishing where that individual where they went, all the contacts they've made, maybe at work, and that develops our tree on other potential contacts. In your household, how many people do you live with? Thing is that we have one individual who likes to visit several offices within the base, then that potentially can make our job very difficult. How many people are in your office that you work with? Most people are quiet because they don't want to get anyone else potentially sick, and they want to make sure that they don't get sick because they have families themselves. As of today, does your wife or your children have any symptoms? And the more concern is they want to make sure that they don't, if they have it, they don't spread it to anyone else and or their family, and they just want to get treatment as soon as possible. Recommendation is that you get tested for COVID-19, and then once you get your test results, please let me know. It boils down to command and everyone and all the directorates getting together and putting up plans, as you see as you walked into this building, and trying to make sure all customers and or associates and employees are adhering to social distancing and also wearing those masks.